Hello, Justin here. Thought we'd just do a quick update to have a look at what's in flower now in the middle of February. Got some nice new things opened up here. So on the right we've got the Encyclia vitellina from Mexico. Very colourful little species from Mexico. Also very easily cultivated. Likes it a little bit on the cooler side in winter. It can take quite a beating. I've had that plant for a long time. And this one, this tall one up here is a paphiopedilum amabile. It is labelled as. I'd say it's a lesser paph, not one of the really showy ones. I think it might be a synonym for Appletonianum. Certainly a very long spike on that one. I think it's a peduncle is the correct word for paphiopedilum. And next to that we've got callosum, paphiopedilum callosum. This one is labelled as barbatum nigritum, but I've been reliably informed that this one is just callosum. And callosum and barbatum come from the Malay Peninsula from Thailand to Malaysia, and it's a kind of a range of subspecies, I guess you could call it, where one kind of merges into the other. But yeah, the barbatum apparently is smaller than this one and a little darker. But this is a really nice one. It's about 10 centimeters high and 8 centimeters wide, so really good color. And I really like these colors here. See if we can get that in focus. Yeah, it's really nice sort of flame effect with the green and pink combination. Really nice. Then we've got a very colorful Cattleya hybrid here. It's going to be very difficult to capture the color on this correctly. It's a really beautiful magenta, and this one is Sinbu Lady. There's the tag. Yeah, I'd say there's some Sophronides coccinea in this one. It gives a really nice effect on the petals, kind of a sheen effect. And then we've got Grotrixianum. This one I think was flowering last time as well. Still going. Very nice. Yeah, it stays open for quite a while. So we just take another look at this Cattleya from another angle, where the sun is falling on a different angle to just try to see a bit better the nice velvety texture of this one. Really beautiful hybrid. Got a nice dendrochilum here as well. Hasn't quite opened up yet, or just starting to open up. Really beautiful cascades of flowers on this one. I can't remember exactly which one it was. Glumiseum. Tag is long lost. I've had this plant for a long time. Right, so I thought it'd be nice to take a look at some paphiopedilum seedlings that I've got, just so we can keep track of the progress of these ones. So this one is Paphiopedilum hainaldianum laurier, I think it is, the variation. And yeah, this one I haven't had it for that long, but it's growing a new leaf and seems to be quite happy here. This one is Michael Kopovits, a very spectacular hybrid between Rothschildianum and Sandrianum, if I'm not mistaken. It gets to be quite a big plant, so this is still a juvenile plant, I guess you call it. It's maybe just a little bit bigger than a seedling. Yeah, so that's still some ways off of flowering. as is this one. This is Rothschildianum by Wasner China Moon. So Rothschildianum, of course, is a big multifloral paph. Wasner China Moon is a hybrid from the paphiopedilum section. So these hybrids, paphiopedilum hybrids with Rothschildianum, are usually quite spectacular if you can ever get them to flower. They're known to be reluctant to flower. This one is very slow growing. I've had it for a year, and it did grow this leaf, then it got a bit of fungus, which I treated, cut off, put some cinnamon on to seal it off, and now it's growing another leaf. But this is 1 year's growth here, so very slow. This one is going better. This is Dol Goldie. I've had this for how long? Since last May, so 10 months or something, 9 months. And this has grown this leaf here, and this leaf here now is also growing. So this one's growing well, and this is a very spectacular hybrid. I think that this leaf, which is curling over here, that might be an indication that it's getting a little bit under watered. So I could possibly give it a little bit more water. The way I water some of these little seedlings is I put it onto a scale, and I only water it when it gets to a certain weight. That's the best way that I've been able to find to prevent overwatering them, which is very easily done, of course. We all know about that, don't we? This one is God's Lady, I think it is. Yeah. And I think this is another Rothschildianum by Godfrey. Godfrey is out from the, what's the other section called, with the Bollatulum and Godfrey. They were the ones with the purple spots, basically. I can't remember the name of it now. But, this one's also growing pretty well. Got this one together with these two at the same time. And this one's also grown 2 new leaves. So I think those two are coming along pretty well. This one, so I got this a year ago, February last year. This one is Michael Kopovits by Lady Isabel, another hybrid. Lady Isabel is also with Rothschildianum, and Michael Kopovits is Rothschildianum by Sandrianum, so it's 50% Rothschildianum. It's growing really well. This one has, when I got it, it was a bit looking a bit sick. Had a bit of fungus, got a bit of fungal infection, cut that off, but it has grown these 2 leaves, is now growing another leaf, so, and the leaves are getting bigger. This will become a big plant as well, I should imagine, before flowering. And then another recent purchase here, Leucochilum. So this is closely related to Godfrey, white with the purple spots. One of them has the white pouch, the other one doesn't. I forget which one is which. I thought Leucochilum was the one with the white pouch. Haven't had it for that long, but it's doing pretty well. It's growing this new leaf here. You have to be very careful to keep a fresh compost with these ones. They don't like any salt in the roots system, so you have to be careful with fertilizing them. Keep a nice fresh mix and let it dry out somewhat. So this is not yet dry enough to be rewatered, and I'm really glad I've got this in a plastic pot. You can see when it needs to be rewatered, and it's not ready for that yet. You can also see when it needs to be repotted pretty well. So, but yeah, you see the striation. The top of the bark looks dry, so you might think, well, it's ready to water it again, but it's not. That needs to dry out a bit more. Okay, and then a couple of little ones, they're sort of like project plants, I guess. Drury Eye, had this for a long time. There's never really done anything much, but It's looking better than it ever has, so I seem to be on the right track with this one finally. And the same goes for this one here, which is normally Spicerianum, which should be pretty easy, I guess, but tried to kill it a few times. But I've never managed to kill it, but I've never managed to flower it either. So it's still alive, and it is much bigger than it has been. So I think it's going in the right track. Well, actually, that reminds me, I've got some more, a couple of more flowers in the living room, so let's go and have a look at that. This is Gingy the cat, who likes to luxuriate in the undergrowth there. He knows that he's not allowed to be there, so he gets out of there when I come. Here's a little Phalaenopsis here. Yeah, it's a white one. You can see that. It's got quite a nice fragrance as well, very subtle one. Sort of reminds me of scented soap. This has got Jennifer Palermo in it, and Mycolizii and something else, but it's not at all what I expected. I was expecting something very colourful, and then you get a white flower, so go figure. It's nice though, I don't mind. And over here we got a hybrid Joe's Drum, it's called, from Wichmann. Quite different than what I thought it would be on the photos, at least. Should have had red flowers, but these are purple, and the camera's changing the colour of them. They're actually much darker than that. See if I can, yeah, it doesn't really want to show them as they are, but it's something more like this. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything I've got in flower at the moment. Yeah, so I'll do another update soon. Bye.